Well, good evening. Welcome. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Yeah, we're going to actually put this bird you see into the air. How many? I asked the question, how many? Remember Skybus. Uh, didn't last long. So if you don't remember, don't feel bad. From what I could tell, it lasted about a year. Yeah. But for some reason, Piedmont Virtual resurrected them, even though they lasted only about a year, if they made a year and a half, by the hair of their chinny chin chins, how they did it. So, yeah, welcome in. I hope y'all enjoy. We're going to take a blast from the past and we'll give this a try. What the heck? Skybus. If you're not familiar with this airline, well, let me read. I'm going to read from. No, I'm not going to read from Wiki. I'm going to just try and go from memory. They're the airline that started out with advertisements all throughout the cabin, ultra low fares. And to get that, they sold ad space on everything inside the airplane and sold merchandise on top of it. Yeah, destined to fail. People, oh my gosh. But, hey, it's a great idea because, you do have airlines who are successful. We're going prior to Skybus, Allegiant, um, JetBlue to a point, and so forth, but they didn't go to that extreme. So, yeah, welcome aboard Skybus. I thought, what the heck? It's something different than flying all the Northwest flights we do for Piedmont Virtual. So, and what Piedmont Virtual is yes, the old Piedmont, not the regional aircraft. We're talking Piedmont as an airline with 727s and 737s, and believe it or not, they had a 767 or two. Um, those days, they would come together with PSA and Allegheny to bring forth to us U.S. Airways, or actually at the time called U.S. Air. The name change, I'm not 100% sure when that came, if that was America West's doing when they bought out U.S. Airways or what, or U.S. Air, sorry, and or what. I don't remember that whole process, but once America West bought out U.S. Air, they set their sights on and eventually would buy out American. You thought American did the other. Ha! You're wrong. How else could Doug Parker have been the CEO? He was the CEO of America West. Huh. Anyway, but that's history. I know kids are going, oh my God, stop it. I had enough in school. No more. Okay, we'll be nice. But yeah, Skybus. Sorry, you're going to have a history lesson the whole flight there with this plane. It's history. Um, but anyway, I barely remember this one. I was working out at the airport. Granted, we never saw it, but I want to say I knew a little. I knew there was an airline out there that was selling space on everything, kind of like a metro bus in your area. Um, but I didn't remember it being Skybus as the name. But anyway, it was because Wiki said it was. And if Wiki says it, it's got to be the truth. Oh, hang on. Better push the nose in. So we're sitting on the line here in Milwaukee, beer can country, USA. Right up against, well, not right up, but pretty close to the Lake of Michigan. And we're getting ready to head to Port Columbus Airport in, maybe Columbus, Ohio? I'm not certain. You do the research. Okay, look at the title, it'll tell you. But anyway, we're on our way. So I hope you all enjoy. Again, we're in the A319. Now, according to Wiki, they had A320s and A321s as well. In a year of operation, I kind of think, I don't know. I'll be honest. Hey, Pratt PT6, welcome and good evening to you. And so, yeah, that is what we're doing. And oh, I missed something. How did I miss that one? Did I not hit save? I did not hit save. Hang on. Arr. I hate when I do that because they're never easy to find. There it is. Yeah, I missed one. Yes, folks, it is not the Zebo sitting on the line here, as just came up in chat. No, it is the ToLiss A320. Bear with me. I think I just didn't hit save. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let me just check a couple of others real quick. I didn't do a lot of things. Oh, boy. Yeah, we're just batting 1,000 here, folks. I would have swore I did these. Well, that's what you get when you swear, folks. That's why you shouldn't. All right, we'll get that one before it fires, if it didn't already. And I think that'll take care of everything for now. Just a real quick scheduling note. We do have everything posted up on the Discord and Twitch to this week's schedule. Now, there is a caveat here. Starting Saturday, I will not put a schedule up. Mainly because Sunday, Monday probably will not. We may get a stream in, but I'm not 100% certain. It's Christmas time. You know how it goes. And here at the Flying with Mike studios, family comes first. And Christmas is about family. And so to that end, I'm not going to put a schedule up. If we fly, it'll be a, whoa, look out, Flying with Mike, you decided to come out of the winter hibernation? Yeah, that's how it's going to be. So, but again, we do have 2 flights still left coming out of Bilbao, Spain, and then we also have one coming out of Paris. So those 2 will still happen, but after that, I may put a schedule in for what I hope to fly. That'll stay with me, but beyond that, I can't post it. It wouldn't be fair because I'd probably be canceling everything. So, like you all know how busy Christmas gets. All right, so with all of that said and done, I think we have fixed what we screwed up, and now I'm trying to find, where did OBS go? There it is. I love that. What I'm streaming on, where'd it go? So, all right, let's get in the cockpit, get this plane going. It's not a long flight, but it's also not really, really, really short. So, but it's a fun flight. That's what matters. So, I may even kick open Discord here in a bit and take it from there. All right, so Sim Toolkit's going to be the animal that walks us through the unofficial scorekeeper for Flying with Mike. You can see the route. And according to SimBrief, we're looking at about an hour's fly time. So we'll see if that works out. Okay, but you can see how we're going to work our way down there. We're going to take the Euchre 6 departure. How many remember Bob Euchre? I think it's Bob. Yeah, look him up. To sample and then to add me, Suto and Fort Wayne FWA, and get on at Byron onto the Dublin 1 arrival. Oh, man, that takes me back down the memory road when I was in high school. Played a couple of marching band contests there in Dublin, Ohio. All right, so we're going to take off, I think, 19 right. We're going to land, I think, 28 left. We'll kind of play that by ear. And as you can tell, no ATC right now. So real quick, before we get to numbers, I want to get online and get my spot reserved. You know, somebody's going to want to drop in on it. So maybe I can drop in on them. No. Wouldn't that be funny? Not really. And speaking of which, I am the only one here at the moment. So good to go there. Let's put in our numbers. I got to work on something. For some reason, it wouldn't come up with stuff. Okay, the R will take 7.5 and all right. Let's get going. We're due out of here at 35 after the hour. So finally found our gate, found our plane. Let's get on here, get this thing a rocking and rolling. Let's see, we're SKB25 A319 connecting. Hey, we got us a squawk code already. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go ahead and clear out Sim Toolkit real quick. We'll drop down here, put that in. What was it again? 7250. Okay, everything's set, ready to go. Let's do a quick down and dirty, make sure we're good. According to the checklist, preliminary checks, battery 1 and 2 are on. Otherwise, you wouldn't see anything, along with the external power. And ground control is on. Fuel pumps are off. And let's do some checks. CVR. Engine 1 fire check. APU fire check. Engine 2 fire check. For fun, cargo smoke check. Check, 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 check. And annunciator lights look good here, here, and there. All right, now we are running daylight. So actually we didn't have a scheduled time on here, so I don't know when this flight would have, back in time, would have flown. All right, everything is set, ready to go. And let's get on it. Sim Toolkit. Okay, let's go up here, get our numbers. 29,510 pounds-ish of payload. Block fuel, 11,630-ish pounds of fuel. And 130 people on board. Maybe not 6,700 pounds of cargo. We'll see how that all transpires to get us to that zero fuel. Well, sorry for yawning there, folks. 122,681 is what we're shooting for. Cost index 40 for the flight. We talked about the route, and we're going to try for 37,000. This route is 347. I feel comfortable we can get up there. All right. Weather-wise, now, I told you we turned the clock back, but because I'm on VATSIM, I'm a little cautious in winter. Weather can really be so diametrically different in just 12 hours. So we're going to play nice and do real-world weather. Currently, not currently in my sim, but currently in the Milwaukee area, winds are southwest 220 at 17, gusts to 29. Can only imagine what's going on in the windy city, because this sure seems like it. 10-mile visibility. Sky's broken at 25,000 feet, but I have been told airfield management is working to make the sky not broken anymore. It is 2 degrees here, and hallelujah, like I told you on the last flight. What, if you don't like the Midwest, it's because if you don't like the weather today, wait for tomorrow. You never know. Sunday, we were here in St. Louis, where I live, in the single digits for low temperatures. High temperatures in the teens. Okay, many of you all know that story. Convert it to Celsius, okay. Monday, we were above freezing. Today, we were in the 50s. Welcome to the Midwest. And then Friday, we'll be back down close to freezing, but that's it, and then back up to the 50s. So, it's unbelievable. And it's obviously playing out here in Milwaukee, too. So, over in Columbus, hopefully the same thing happened today. 33 degrees currently there, but the winds are out of the south at 7. That's a great warming direction. 10-mile visibility, but it's overcast at 1,900 feet. So we get to shoot an instrument approach. Yes. All right, so there's our weather, and now it's time to get to work. All right, let's first dabble with getting the airplane set up. On the mechanical side, we'll click over a couple of pages, maybe. There we go. We said 11,630 pounds. Whoop, 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 too many. What did we say? 630, so boink. Well, let's just do 12,000. Gives us 400 extra pounds. What the heck? That'll get us to the end of the runway. All right, next page is the cargo. We'll go ahead, load as is. Don't forget the peeps, folks. What are we doing? 130. And hit that load button. All right, now let's head over to the EFB. Check in with the weight and balance. Hit set to current. 118. Oh, we are going to be putting cargo on board. So 118. We are what? 118 from 122 is 4,000 pounds. Let's do it. So we'll come back here. Hit the minus, and we'll put in 2,000 in each and load. And let's see how that did. 122,653. We're off by 32 pounds. Okay, who put Fluffy in the plane? That could also be an infant. I didn't even think about that. It could be a lap kid. But anyway, so we're there. 12,000 pounds of fuel, all looks good. Okay, and then before I forget, here comes the ACOS system. Pegasus. I have to admit, the airlines that are within the VAMSys, Virtual Airline Management, I think it's called, system, It's really a good place to be. Bam. All right, we are started. We're online. Oh my goodness, we're actually doing things when we're supposed to. Who came up with that idea? Bright idea. All right, we'll come back to the EFB in a few. All right, so we've got the aircraft loaded or fueling to load. We have people getting ready to board. Let's see, where are we on the fuel? Looks like we are fueled. So we'll come up here and take on the APU master switch. Come back down. Let me hit the clear button. You know what? Let's come down here and clear that off too. Just in case they come up, I do want to have radio available to get a clearance from Clarence. And looking through Atlanta, Denver, Kansas City, Memphis, Toronto, and Winnipeg. That is not Chicago. So for now, we're good with no ETC. All right, let's quick glance available and start it up. All right, while it's doing its thing, we did our cockpit check. Let's drop down. Okay, speed brake right here. Down, flaps up. Now, speed brakes are out on the wings, they're down. However, to arm it, you would pull the lever and you'll see a white band. So the speed brakes themselves are down and we're not armed. Flaps are up. We drive on parkways and park on driveways. Go figure. Same philosophy. All right, moving on up, back up to the APU, and it is available. And we'll kick the bleed on and tell them back there, let the peeps, let the cattle aboard. All right, cross bleeds off. Generators in fault because they're not running. And the electrical panel looks good and the ventilation panel all looks good. We're ready to crank on it. Go to nav on bat. Okay. All right, strobe lights are in auto. We're on nav logo number 2. That's just the second light bulb out there in the wings. Folks, don't go thinking, oh, if I do 2, I get the logo light too. No, you get it with 1 as well. Seat belts, not yet. Smoking, no smoking. Yep, that's in auto. Emergency lights armed. And the landing elevation is set to auto. The switch needs just to be at the 12 o'clock position. Oh, my nose. Pack flow, we're setting it to high because of the how many people are aboard. And we've done our fire checks. We can bring the fuel pumps on so it won't yell at us when we start them without it. Radios are on, and let's get down here and get to work on the flight plan. What do you say? All right, again, for everyone who was not present, Christmas Eve is when the next RNAC update comes out from Navigraph. Right there tells you. So somewhere around Christmas Eve expected. Now, next will be the init page. We'll do a request. Read the manual if you want to have SimBrief tied to this. as well as Hoppy if you're into that too. All right, we are flying. Cost index was, I gotta find it again, 40. Let's put that in. All right, now. Okay, let's get in here and get our coordinates. Spot coordinates. I think we're in D35. Let me just do this. And why don't I get rid of SimBrief? Jeez, my bad, folks. Ugh. All right. Now that I've screwed that up, oh well, we'll see if we can't salvage a pretty good flight. All right, so we need to get to the, oh no, the lat long is right here. Okay, I'm going to bring that one out, charts in, and hopefully not forget it. But first, bear with me, I'm going to zoom in to get my, I think it's Delta 35, Delta Dawn. Oh no, it's not. Oh boy, which one is it? Oh, great. It's not even saying here. Oh, that's lovely. Just special. Let's see if I can tell from the aeroplane. Delta 35. You all may or may not see that. It's at the end of the line here. I'm kind of shocked because when you look at it on charts, looks like it's this gate here, and this one's 29, and we're in like, who knows? Oh, really? Let's see. We go, please tell me I'm reading that right. Delta 27, Delta 35. That can't be right. That's got to be a 3. Delta 29. Ooh, boy. All right. Anyway, that's one thing you can do is zoom in to help. All right, where were we? Parking spots. Delta 35. And again, a little tip, if you put it right here, it makes reading off that coordinate a lot easier. All right, 56.9. Oh, that's 27. Oh, that's right. And 8754.0. Click, and then down. Yeah, that's right, down. Okay, 8754.0 west, okay. 4256.9 north. Perfect. Align them. So when the IRS in 5 minutes gets to that alignment point, they'll be on that coordinate instead of where the reference point is for the airport. Okay, next up, wind. Boom, return. And I'm going to go ahead one step further. And we'll get our weights in. Get that check done. 122.653. Okay, 681 now. Okay, we'll go with 122.7 and CG 28.5. Hey, those two matched up. 11.6. No, what? Hold on. Something doesn't seem right. We got 11.6. Okay, we'll go with that. And everything looks good number-wise. Let's go to flight plan. That was kind of weird. All right, let's do it. All right, we got to go to here, back to charts. All right, we got to figure out how to get from here down to Sapple. Okay. Well, it kind of tells you here. And we may have a stiff crosswind. Whoa, they got us on 19 right. What the? I thought it says something else. It did. Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out. All right, well, let's figure that out right now. Let's go to the departure. This is the actual ATIS being broadcast. 41 minutes old. And it's saying 220 at 20, gust to 31. Visual approaches to 25 left in place. Landing 25 left, departing 19 right. Now, okay, let's real world talk now. If your airplane can't, by crosswind component, do this, your job as the pilot to tell them your planes, we can't do this. With 220, most likely 25 will work for you. So get on the horn and tell them that. In VATSIM and in Flight Sim, you can be just as real. So don't let that hold back. Or it's just a flight sim. So however you want to play it out. We're going to take the 19 right departure. So we'll go to departure and we look for it. And we passed it up. 9,990 feet. Okay. Okay, that takes care of that. We're going to be on the Euchre 6 transition sample. So we're taking off on 19 on the 19 right, Euchre 6 sample, and then we just click insert. And the line will become solid in about a minute. And no, you won't win it in a minute. It'll become solid in a minute. Nice try. And then we can step through like we would a Boeing flight plan, where you would click step here with the arrows. Okay, and we're just going to look over the Euchre 6. So this is set up for all runways. So initial climb, radar vectors to perfect. Top altitude is assigned by ATC, and then we follow this route. Perfect, Ozark, Malt, Euchre, sample. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Looks good here. Clear out GPS primary to Euchre, sample, and then on to the route. And then we just clear and we look at it. Academy, SO2, FWA, which is Fort Wayne, Bryn. Okay, and it looks good. And then we come to this discontinuity, which is Port Columbus. And what we'll do here, we know we're on the Dublin 1. We know we're on the 28 left arrival. Real world as of 45 minutes ago. ILS 28 left and 28 right. Simultaneous approaches in use. We may or may not see that. But that's what we're looking for. 28 left is a good runway. Let's look at where it is. Way down here. Okay. And it's the longer of the two. One other thing you just might want to take a look at beforehand. 28 left. Okay, we got ILSs. 28 right, we have an ILS as well. Some of you, that's what you fly, ILSs. You don't try these RNAVs. 19, oh yeah, let's go back and look at the weather real quick. currently overcast 2100, 1 degree above 0 Celsius, which is 34 degrees-ish, and dew point -4. Winds are strong enough we should not have to deal with fog. Although I think we are having some fog there because of the snow mixed with the warm air. Used to see that a lot driving the truck up between Bloomington or Champaign all the way into Chicago. There'd be snow on the ground and the temperatures above freezing. Or a warm air was blowing over it. So, all right, so let's click arrival. And 28, we're going to go with 28 left. Hang on, let me see where we park. Where do we want to park? Let's pull that chart up. Hang on. Oh, I want that one. What looks like a good area to park? You know, I'm thinking right here. So I'm going to go with 28 right. Did I really? Nope, I didn't. 8,000 feet's not bad. Okay. All right. So now I've got us on 28 right. Why? Because we're coming in and gonna funnel our way in. It, to me, would be easier on that one. Now the fun part. Let's select. To 28 right is an RNAV. Ooh, tempting. Very tempting. They're all very tempting. Yep, we're going to do it, the RNAV. That's going to set us up final approach 5 miles out. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's hopefully not going to mean a missed approach. All right, and you can see it also closed it in. All right, so we'll come back over here. RNAV 28 right Zulu. We're flying the Dublin. Oh, via. Nope. T's. Yeah, T's. And we're coming in off Bryan. Is that right? Yep. Okay. That all looks good. Click insert. And now we'll pick it up from Bryan, which starts our approach into here. And we're just going to do a quick rundown, make sure everything's good. Childers, Int'l, Mel's, Dublin, Trilogy, Polaris, Traces, and T's will be next. Okay, after T's, we're looking for wifey, weeks, and the runway. Okay, missed approach will be to Appleton VOR. Hold, and then our alternate for today, Cincinnati, Cincinnati. All right, that's that. Okay, next up is very simple. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and set charts to VATSIM to help me out if someone comes up that I'm, not catching. And we are back. Yes. Okay. So we'll go to flight plan. We're back up. Switch back to ARC. We'll stay at 40 for now. RadNav set up to come back perf. And perf we'll use here. We won't use SimBrief like we did for Zebo. All right, let's check the weather. 51 minutes ago, 220 at 20. Temperature, do we still have it at 3? 2. 2971, I think it's going to say 69. Okay, we got a dry runway, anti-ice. We will use both for take. Well, wait a minute. Do we have overcast? 14,000. I'm going to keep it off. Temperature 2. Takeoff 9,000. Okay, it looks good. We got 3,100 feet. So we're good there. Come over here to uplink. Okay, requesting my data. Yeah, no, I duplicit. I get it. Duplicating work. I get. Oh, did I? Oh, good. I thought I screwed up. All right, 137, 139. Okay. Go ahead and insert, and we're going to go 139 for takeoff. 141. All right, and we're ready to go. All I got to do is set up over here. Actually, first things first. Who is on? Okay, everything's set, and the only thing I need from VATSIM .ctaf KMKE 24,575. All right, we're ready to go. Are you? Hey, we're not bad. We're only a couple minutes late out of the gate. Let's get that middle panel set up. Okay, set, ls, ls set. Okay, managed, oh wait, VOR, VOR, ARC 40, VOR, VOR, ARC 40. Managed, and we're going to go on up to 37. We'll double check. Yep. All right, and nose wheel steering's on. Switches are at 12 o'clock. We're going to put that one into flight plan. All right, everything looks good. Waiting on them to shut the door.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
The funny thing is, Pegasus has us in D29. It too can't figure it out. And if you're just joining us, that's a little reference
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
the way it started here. All right, y'all ready to go? Let's get the jetway away.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, y'all ready? Let's do it. Once he gets rid of the chocks.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
All right, number 2 is lit.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, we're just waiting on number 1 to spool up.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, let's go. All right, we'll go ahead and turn the UPU off. Come down here, arm. Trim is up 04. Okay, looks like everything's free, good, ready to go. Okay, on, timer on. Lights are on, and we'll do the test while we're in the gate. Looks like we're good. All right, let's taxi out. And Milwaukee traffic, Skybus 25, taxi 219 right for departure. All right. Feel free to join in, folks. Love to have you aboard here on VATSIM. Currently, it does not appear anyone's online, so if you're new to VATSIM, we could make sure you're connecting okay and all of that. I was reading on Sim Toolkit right before we fired up tonight. There is an event tomorrow. Now, I know for many in the U.S. not makeable, but it's there for those of you who just might, where they'll walk and help you through. I don't know the location. I'll try to find it again. Um, but yeah, you could get a good introduction to VATSIM and how to interact with them and what to expect. It ought to be pretty good. But that is for Wednesday, hump day. Easy there, girl. Settle down. 17 December. So if you're listening to me on YouTube, I know it's probably already happened. But know that it's out there. And that your friends over in Europe are willing to help you learn. And it's actually not a bad place. I get into some trouble over there, and it's really a little bit of the nuts and bolts kinds of things. You really got to get into the weeds for that. But just to get online, to talk, to fly, that's what they're going to help you out with. If I was home, I just might fly in it just for the fun of it. But let's see, we got a little bit of time. It's called First Wings, so just be mindful, you know, that's available to you if you would like some help. All right, we are getting out here to the runway. We'll get in between hold lines up here and do some final things like radars and such. Get our chronos set up. Flight attendants prepare for takeoff. Okay, radar on, PWS on, normal. All right, we'll set it 40. That looks good for now. All right, here we go. And Milwaukee general area traffic. Skybus 25 departing 19 right. Roger, clear for takeoff. Skybus 25. Engine stable, here we go, flex. Airspeed's alive. 80. 100. E1 rotating. Positive rate, gear up. See the white ribbon? That would have told you it was armed. All right, we're airborne through 10,000, and Sky Bus is back in the air. Okay, I'll be at the virtual skies, but still. I'm going to go ahead and switch this to auto. Now, why the auto? Two reasons. Sometimes, now most of the time your commercial pilots won't forget to turn that on before hitting the runway. However, it's technically, something just changed. Hang on. Okay, good. But when you definitely lift off, you want them strobing. And that's what auto will do. When the aircraft leaves the ground, the strobes will come on. When it touches back down, they'll go off. Again, trying to help and be kind to your neighbor pilots. And I think some countries out there prefer it. So anyway, Boeing never adopted it. So that at least in the 737, 747, 777s, and 5767s. Now, they may have in the 87. I don't know much about that aircraft. All right, we're through 14,000, climbing up to flight level 370. And, or is it 370? Yeah, it's 370. And, let's see. Let's try something. We were doing this pretty good last time. These are all of the aircraft within roughly 100 miles of us. And if I click on any of them, let's see, CAO. I have no idea where they are. Oh, O'Hare. Okay. Yeah, that kind of stunk. That wasn't a good one. But yeah, if you clicked on any of those, you would... Oh yeah, taxi, hold out. I don't know what that is. But yeah, you get to see them from a SF-50, a lot of 737s. Here's a 359. So again, pretty cool. Then it comes back to you. Now, we all know you can sometimes see the contrails high enough up. We're getting there. But yeah, kind of a neat, that's part of what the ABC camera is all about. It's just something neat. Oh, we went through transition, clicking, and away we go. So I'm going to go ahead for now, even though it's daylight, doesn't matter. Turn off the wing lights. But yeah, it's a free utility. Those of you that use or have used X camera, I actually was not a huge fan of it. And I'll be honest, I can't remember. When I first put it on, this was 4 or 5 years ago. I today couldn't tell you why. But ABC camera, a better camera. It really is. Once you get things all set up and going, it's pretty cool what you can do with it. As you just saw, that's one of them. Your flybys look a little... that one I'm not sold on. But oh, that one was pretty good. I like that one. But it's this one that... Oh, it's doing pretty... see how it's drifting away? Yeah. It's kind of like we break formation and dive. So... But overall, I really like this, and I'm glad got a good schooling from the gentleman behind it, and I've got such a long way to go with it. And what a gracious guy, what a gracious person to work with me, because it takes me a lot to figure things out, and he'll go, you know, you were taken through this about 2 months ago. Not that long, but might be. But anyway, it really is a cool system, and I'm glad he took his time to show me, and I hope to help him out where he needs me after the holidays. But pretty cool that when you say, well, I don't see that aircraft on TCAS. Well, go here. And click up. And there's everything currently in flight. There was another way to do it, but I can't remember. I think it was a short key, and that's my problem. Trying to remember, there's so many short keys to X-Plane, to even Microsoft, that it gets all discombobulated for me. And that was part of my biggest hang-up in 2020, coming over to X-Plane and learning the new key commands and the new flight dynamics, which are superb. And that took me a little bit to get used to. But once I did, it's really come of its own at both X-Plane. So I expect the same with ABC camera. All right. Here's one of those great verses a lot of virtual pilots and pilots in general love. Isaiah 40:31. You probably seen it, maybe heard it on other channels, but it goes like this: but to those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. This is the part you always hear. They will soar high on wings of eagles. They will run, not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. You can tell the part that gets many aviators. They will soar high on wings like eagles. And it's true, though, what Isaiah was prophesying back, oh, goodness, pre-Babylonian. I've got to go back and get my timelines down and all, but what a great verse. Just, for anyone, not just us aviators that love to fly, but everyone. Look, if you trust the Lord, you'll find this new strength. You'll run, not grow weary, walk, not faint. To a lot of people, we all can sit back and go, oh, come on, suck it up. But to some people, folks, they are on their last, their last threads. And Isaiah comes through with some great words from the Lord. So I really love that verse. Trying to commit it to memory because it goes well with the two verses that are so near and dear to me. And yeah, I love that verse, as many do in the aviation world. So, all right, we are sitting at about 30 minutes out, and we're still trying to get ourselves up to altitude. All right. So how's your week going so far? We're day 2 in the week before Christmas. You procrastinators, are you still procrastinating? I used to do that, early on in my marriage, and found it gets extremely difficult and really stressful to wait to that last minute with Christmas. Problem was, things that were on my mind to get my wife and my kids were gone. Everywhere I went, gone. Not good. So good luck, and I hope you find what you're looking for that special or special people in your life, special person or people in your life. Oh, and then don't forget the weather, it's the weather, we can all say that, but it can throw some serious wrenches in trying to get last minute shopping done. Thankfully, here in St. Louis, it looks like this year, other than Friday, shouldn't be an issue at all. Now that thankfully the warm winds have returned. Yeah, that was some brutal cold, and I know many of you were even colder than we were in St. Louis. Heart and prayers go out to you that, one, the snow goes away and the headache that comes with the snow, and two, that the warmer temperatures help you out. And if you're one of those like I once was, and kind of sometimes sort of am, a snowbird or snow bunny, we got a lot of winter. By the way, it's not even winter yet. That's this weekend. Yeah. So don't worry, a lot to go. Still got a good solid 3 months that they say is winter. I saw a funny post. That's not funny. It was it was another way to look at the winter solstice coming up this weekend. It's the longest day of the year, or longest day of the year without the, shortest day of the year. Sorry, let me get it right. Shortest day of the year. That leads, as we get out of the solstice, we start getting more sunlight and more cold. Yeah, how true. It gets colder. So, okay, we're at 37. So, yeah, kind of an interesting paradigm. While the sun's going to be up in the air a little longer every day after the 21st, or a few days after, believe it or not. It gets colder. I know, I can hear some of you going, oh, get off that subject. Step outside if you're here in St. Louis. But truly, I do in the U.S. hope y'all are starting to warm up a little. For those of you on our YouTube channel, oh, wait a minute, Cross Brennan at or below 23,000. Is that correct? Am I at top of descent? Oh, geez, I'm that close. Oops. All right. Oh wait, METAR mic. 051. Perfect. Copy data real quick here. 160 at 5, good. 2 degrees, good. And dry, good. Off, good. 30-1, good. All right. Yeah. Let's go medium and compute. All right, now let's go over here real quick. I'll get back to, I've totally lost my thought, so sorry, folks. Two. And 160. Diagonal, 5. And the arrival RNAV will take us 316. Let's go. I was told go with the 1129. Okay. All right. So we're supposed to. Whoa. 23. Okay. Starting down. Okay, we are starting our descent into Columbus. And again, Thursday, we plan to fly out of Bilbao in Spain. Why? Because sometime between now and whenever, X-Plane will be releasing 12 4.0, and in it is Bilbao Airport in Spain, not new, but a more set up airport. What do you want to call it? One of their high detailed airports. So hope you'll be here Thursday for that, and Friday, just put it in your mind. We've got a long haul out of Charles de Gaulle to fly back to the States. Check the schedule, but that flight will be at or around, I believe, 1600, trying to give me some extra time. It's an 8-hour flight at a minimum. So Thursdays will be an hour, just like this, hour or two flight. So I hope you like these Wednesday night or Tuesday night, Thursday night flights to coexist with our rest of the week flying, primarily Mondays and Fridays. Sunday left open for whatever something that comes up. So if time permits. I can tell you right now, most likely nothing on Sunday. Wait, maybe. There's a possibility this Sunday, but definitely not. More than likely, Monday will not be able to fly. And you never know. Sunday, I may still be recouping from the long haul out of Charles de Gaulle. All right, we should be getting ready. Now that little, there, let me kind of blow this up. This squiggly line, that is when we cross it, when our descent angle should be in line with the Brian 23,000 or lower. I did not get rid of it. At or below. Okay, so we can be below. Let me take a look at the chart. Okay. All right, I think we'll go with that for now. Looking at the rest of the constraints down, I think we're going to be okay. Just realized we need that turned off. Dublin at 9. Okay, I just set it for TZ, our altitude at 6,000 there to start our RNAV into Port Columbus. Welcome aboard Skybus. Again, an airline a lot of people, including this guy, kind of forgot. Well, and for good reason. It wasn't around long. Like I said, maybe a year, tops 2. Wasn't, you know, reading through it, it's like, whoa, that's interesting, but I don't think that'll work. Might today, may not back then. Advertising. Think of a metro bus. If you've ever seen one or seen movies, ads all over the place on it to, yeah, oh, that's what they were trying to do at Skybus. To help pay for those lower fares. All right, we're coming into that squiggly line, and you can see our descent rate just increased. All right, we are coming down currently. Just so you're aware, the ATIS at Port Columbus, 40 minutes old, 170 at 5. 10-mile visibility, broken sky at 1900, overcast 2400, 2 degrees, 3 degrees. 2 degrees for the air temp, -3 for the air, or for the dew point. So we're kind of in that spread, but there's hopefully enough push in the atmosphere to try to help mix the air a little bit here. We'll find out. Still landing 2/8. And if you're curious, in Milwaukee, yeah, they finally decided to not use the 19s with that crosswind. All right. Let's get ready to start uh, our arrival into Columbus. Okay, we'll continue that descent then. Okay, so we're starting our descent. Ooh, a little early, I think. All right, so we are working our way into Port Columbus. Okay, that shouldn't have been registering. I hope you didn't hear me sneeze or blowing out my nose. That was weird. All right, well, my apologies if I did. But anyway, you can catch this also on YouTube if you miss it, folks. We do have a channel there, YouTubers. Thank you so much. We are pushing hard, trying to find and get this over 1,000 viewers subscribed. Love to make it. Love to make it by the end of the year, but it's probably that one's a miracle from God to happen. And would love it. Um, but we'll settle. You know, folks, we got some of the greatest viewers here. Um, so we'll take, what we have. We love it. And we have great viewers on Twitch. We have them on YouTube as well. And we thank you all so much. Oh, sniffles. Gotta love them. Thought I was gonna sneeze there. That was, oh, I hate when that happens. All right, let me get my altimeter here. 299. All right, we're getting in there. Again, our instructions were 14,000 and maintain at ICAL, then Mel's, Dublin, and Trilogy. Trilogy, 8 to 9,000 floors, 6 to 7,000, and then 210 and 6,000 for TZ. All right, you know what? I am gonna do that. That's one of the aircraft. I forgot what it said for how far out. Here's United. Okay, time to stop. Hang on. All right, what do we got going on here? What's your current ground speed? I am behind you. Currently... Okay, who's behind me? Oh, a C750. Let's see who that is. $751AJ. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Cool plane, though. I used to fly for them. Long time. That's actually like my first or second virtual airline I flew for. Just being nice to the neighbor behind us. Chanced 209. Thank you, Chanced 209. Thanks for the follow. Sorry, I was getting a message there. I appreciate you. Nice having you aboard. Now, I am not certain if we have the stabilized approach inputted for Piedmont. All right, 10,000. All right, let's do our checks here. All right, we're going to be coming in on the RNAV. So what I have been, and was a great lesson several weeks ago up in Minneapolis, how to fly these. And that's what we're going to do today. We set our MDA, here, let me show it again, to the correct number, 1129. And we just fly it. And when we get close, we'll push approach, and it'll light the what looks like an ILS will come up. Out of curiosity, this is RNIP. Yeah, okay. I just thought I'd better check for that. Shocked it hasn't yelled at me. My spoilers are out. Perfect. He'll go to 28 left. Okay. All right, I'm gonna dial in a little bit here. And okay, so for us, we need to be all right. What's Port Columbus? Hang on. .ctaf KCMH 32.7. I'm probably no. I actually stayed. How about that? 32,700. Port Columbus traffic, Skybus 25, RNAV approach 4, runway 28 right. Yeah, Port Columbus traffic, Skybus 25 coming up to Weeks, RNAV approach 428 right.
Columbus traffic citation 75 on Alpha Juliet at 5,000, overflying the field. Self-factoring for the ILS 28 left, Columbus.
$2,500. 1,000. $500.
Sync rate.
400.
Sync rate.
100
Sync
above.
rate. Full.
Minimum.
Sync rate.
300.
Landing.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Retard.
10.
5.
Port Columbus traffic, Skybus 25 off 28 right, Echo 5 to the terminal. Wow. Okay. I mean, we'll see how that gauged out with the airline. I don't know if they've actually, it didn't sound like they did, but we'll find out. But hey, welcome to Columbus and Skybus. 54-minute flight. Not bad.
Traffic citation 75 and Alpha Juliet, 10 mile final runway 28 left, Columbus.
All right, just a little bit of it. Oh, I guess I could turn my landing lights off. I'm trying to think of any times I've been through Port Columbus. I know of one, but it was in a small plane. And friends of mine when I was at college at Ohio University, south of here, we flew in a Cessna 172 to the flying, no, 94th Aero Squadron for some rather expensive hamburgers. No.
Columbus traffic citation 751 Alpha Juliet, short final.
No, it was, but it was fun parking on the ramp, walking over to it. Really, that was that was fun. The flight back wasn't so much fun, but it was great time. There's 751 Alpha Juliet. And it was, like I said, a great time. Hope the guys that went with me all had a great time. So, they must go under the ramp, under the taxiways. All right, we're in the gate. We're just waiting on the APU because that lug nut behind the stick there didn't turn the APU. He turned the master on.
Alpha Juliet, clear runway 28 left, taking taxiway Bravo to the GA ramp. Columbus.
Just didn't click the on start button. That might have been why Skybus had troubles. No, they had people like me. There we go. Let's get the bleed on. Looks like 1 hour, 7 minutes from the time we pushed back. All right. Welcome in. Let's take a look. All right, let's recap this real quick. Great flight, had a blast. Again, thank Chanced 209 for the follow. We sure appreciate you. All right, let's see how we did. Okay, flight is completed. All right, let's doubt we're in the right gate, but that's okay. Probably should have parked here. No. If I remember right, in this area was the Aero Squadron. I believe was right in this area. But anyway, it's a fun meal. Great. You know, it was always fun back in the 80s to fly. You could go so many places. Now, forget it. You just can't. But it was so much fun to fly into a big airport like Columbus and go have a bite to eat at the Aero Squadron. So, yeah, it was fun. All right, speaking of fun, let's find out. Why is it pending review? Thinking a livery. Yep. That's the one thing with Pegasus I don't like. But anyway, I got 220 points. I'm trying to see if there was any mention. Because if that was a stable approach, I'm not worried anymore. 356 Gs for that landing. Okay, well, that's not what everything else recorded, especially Sim Toolkit. So, all right, let's light it up with Elevatech. First, we're going to hit the complete flight. Excuse me, and zoom back into Columbus. Yeah, I figured we landed short. I didn't think it was that short and that much off. 351 feet a minute at 1.5 Gs. Okay, not bad. I mean, I'm going to say it's not bad. That really isn't. A little slow, though. That I do know. So, yeah, I pulled the power back, I think, somewhere back in here. So I knew we'd flatten out. Yeah. But overall, that looks great. I don't know about you all, but I'm pleased with that. All right, over to Sim Toolkit, 276. You know, it's really the same numbers, just maybe, you know, planned a little differently. Oh, looks like it might be snowing up there. Oh, you guys don't see that. Hopefully you saw Logitech. I thought you did. There's a little snow up there. All right. Okay. I like that. That's good. But great day here flying. View details. An hour and 11 flight, 286 and 2,200 kilograms of fuel. 1.5 Gs, 276. We know that. And again, I think we were pretty slow. That's why. And yeah, we landed 757 feet down the runway. 11, look at the, again, we landed, I believe, yesterday's flight in, oh, come on, Mike. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, and it looked just like that. And now they're saying 11 feet. Oh. But anyway, the rest of the numbers look good. Really good flight. hope you enjoyed. We had a blast flying it. So again, Thursday we're going to be flying over in Europe out of Bilbao. Am I saying it right? Bilboa? Well, we'll just leave the two for you to find out, either on our Discord channel or at Twitch. So I hope you enjoyed. I sure did, like I said. And even though I know it's a short stream, I hope you enjoy it. It was fun. Fun reviving Skybus. So y'all have a fantastic night, and something to leave you with. I got to, folks. It's such a great verse from Isaiah. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk, not faint. Love that verse. Just a great verse to help you through those days where, it just seems like everything is going not your way. You can always know you'll find new strength with the Lord. Great writing again from Isaiah in the Old Testament. So, you have a great night. We'll see you Thursday. God bless. And easy on the procrastination. Again, thanks Chanced 209 for the follow. We sure appreciate you. Y'all have a good night.